I'm Joey. How are you doing?
Imagine an alternate reality where Kate Winslet wasn't Rose to Leonardo DiCaprio's Jack. It would have been disastrous, right? Well, it could have happened. Today on Collider, we're looking at some iconic roles that were almost played by entirely different people. Claire Danes, Rose in Titanic. Straight from playing the tragic lovers in Romeo and Juliet, DiCaprio and Danes almost had the opportunity to continue their epic love story in Titanic. That's right, before Winslet was offered the role of Rose, Claire Danes was actually being considered. While it would have been interesting to see these two play ill-fated lovers once again, it just wasn't meant to be. DiCaprio did accept the role of Jack, but for Danes, the decision was a bit more complicated. Danes explained to Dax Shepard on his podcast Armchair Expert that while there was a strong interest in having her take on the role, she stated, "I just didn't have it in me." While the chemistry that DiCaprio and Danes shared in Romeo and Juliet was phenomenal, the sparks that exploded on screen between Winslet and DiCaprio in Titanic became legendary. It left no doubt that Jack and Rose were cast perfectly. Though it might seem like Danes missed out on an incredible role, she told Dax Shepard later in the podcast that she held zero regrets over not playing the part of Rose. And for fans of Titanic, it's difficult to imagine the tragic character being played by anyone other than Winslet.
Forgive me, but it seems that there are not enough for everyone aboard.
Amy Schumer, Barbie in Barbie. It's no secret that Amy Schumer brings a unique level of charm and humor to each role she plays. That's why she's next on our list for a role that she almost had. Barbie in Greta Gerwig's Barbie. Yes, it was originally Amy Schumer who was signed on to bring the beloved icon to the big screen. While Schumer has played several amazing characters in her career, the addition of playing Barbie would have certainly put a distinct spin on the movie. Schumer detailed this when she spoke to The Hollywood Reporter about her decision to drop out of the project. She explained that originally, Barbie was going to be about a woman who gets kicked out of Barbieland for not being perfect enough. However, Barbie was taken in a completely different direction, and in the end, Margot Robbie brought the plastic doll to life for viewers.
Anyway, I believe in you.
Thank you.
Go, be careful.
Schumer stated later in the interview, she originally worried about disappointing her team by exiting the role. However, dropping out of Barbie did not slow Schumer down, and she continues to put her all into each character she takes on. For viewers, there is no question that a Schumer-led Barbie movie would have resulted in a completely different experience for moviegoers. Vince Vaughn and Hank Azaria, Joey on Friends. Can you imagine anyone but Matt LeBlanc delivering Joey's signature line,
"How you doing?"
It's impossible to picture another actor in that iconic role, but it almost happened. There were actually two other actors that could have been cast for the role of Joey in Friends, Vince Vaughn and Hank Azaria. Talk about a game changer. While both Vaughn and Azaria are incredible actors, there is no doubt that the casting of either in the role of Joey would have had a considerable change in the chemistry on Friends. Hank Azaria detailed his desire to land the role of Joey during an interview with James Corden on The Late Late Show. Azaria explains to Corden that he was so determined to get the role of Joey that after his first audition didn't land him the role, he actually went back a second time to audition again.
And spoiler alert, I didn't get the role of Joey.
While there is no question about Azaria's amazing ability to pull off comedic characters like Joey,
Who is that?
It's Joey!
it would definitely have given a totally different dynamic to Friends if he had been cast as Joey. Azaria did not suffer any career setbacks, despite losing out on the role of Joey, and he actually ended up guest starring on Friends as Phoebe's boyfriend, David. Vince Vaughn was another actor that was considered as a possible choice for Joey. Friends casting director, Ellie Canner, explained during an interview with HuffPost that while Vaughn was a good actor, he didn't fit the way LeBlanc did. Despite not getting the role of Joey, Vaughn still ended up acting opposite Friends star Jennifer Aniston in the 2006 film The Breakup. The movie gives fans a peek into what the dynamic might have been if Vaughn had been cast as Joey, at least where Joey and Rachel's interactions are concerned.
If you don't want him, I can definitely give him to somebody.
No, I'll be there.
Matt LeBlanc, Phil Dunphy on Modern Family. Speaking of Matt LeBlanc, sometimes it's the actors themselves who know they are just not the right fit to play a character. That was the case for LeBlanc, who was almost cast as Phil Dunphy on the beloved NBC sitcom Modern Family. There is no question about LeBlanc's talent as an actor, but the star didn't feel he was right for the part. He told USA Today, "I remember reading it thinking, this is a really good script, but I'm not the guy for this." He even said that he would be doing the project an injustice if he agreed to take on the role of Phil Dunphy. While LeBlanc brought a unique presence to the role of Joey on Friends, he knew it was different from what was needed to play Phil Dunphy. Instead, Phil was brought to life by Ty Burrell, who won 2 Emmys and a Screen Actors Guild Award for his performance.
It's all good.
So it's
It's a safe bet that LeBlanc would have definitely changed the persona and added an interesting twist to the character in his own way, especially after playing the fun, free-spirited Joey on Friends for so many years. Phil and Joey have a few similarities, like their kindness, their loyalty, and of course their knack for comedy.
That's interesting.
Plus, it would have been a treat for Friends fans who enjoy Modern Family to hear LeBlanc as Phil Dunphy giving the ultimate Joey line,
How you doing?
However, as for LeBlanc, he went on to star in Man with a Plan from 2016 to 2020, so passing on the opportunity to play Phil Dunphy did not do any damage to his career. Blake Lively, Karen in Mean Girls. The final actor on our list is none other than the extremely talented Blake Lively, who was almost cast instead of Amanda Seyfried for the role of Karen in Mean Girls. While it's mind-blowing to imagine Karen being played by anyone but Seyfried, many big-name stars tried out for roles in the now iconic movie. Mean Girls casting director Marcy Lyroff told Cosmopolitan that they wanted Blake Lively for the role of Karen, saying she came down to the final test, but at some point, some of the filmmakers said to keep looking. Then, after Seyfried auditioned for the role of Regina, Lyroff explained that it was decided she would be cast as Karen instead. This was definitely a good call for casting the role of Karen, because there is no doubt the character would have been undeniably different if played by Lively. For her part, Seyfried was certainly not disappointed in the casting. Karen was her first film role, and she told Vanity Fair that she believes she got the part because she took on a Karen-like role in high school to
stay out of the drama.
With regard to the co-stars who worked alongside her, she stated,
I remember everybody having a lot of fun.
I can put my whole fist in my mouth. Want to see?
No, there was just a vibe. They cast it right.
Blake Lively demands a certain presence in every character she plays and adds an amazing personal aspect to each role. Imagine Lively sitting on the bed with Rachel McAdams in Mean Girls and delivering the memorable line,
You want to do something fun? You want to go to Taco Bell?
It would have been a totally different experience from the iconic scene we received with Seyfried giving the line. While Lively did not get the opportunity to bring her unique acting ability to Mean Girls, she definitely did not lose out. She was soon cast in the hit movie The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and the sequel. The role of Bridget put Lively out into the spotlight and marked her emergence into the mainstream. Lively's career has been full steam ahead since then, with roles in hit films like A Simple Favor and It Ends With Us. Sometimes it's not about the roles you lose, but about the ones that come next.
Yeah, I'm Lily.
Alyssa.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, disgusting. Hi, nice to meet you.
While it would have been interesting to see these big stars take on these iconic roles, nobody can deny that these movies were cast perfectly. Let us know which casting switch-up you would have loved to see on the big screen, and we'll see you next time on Collider.